Hello. New Innistrad Midnight Hunt draft, and see if we can get 4 more wins again. 4 more wins, and we can play again. Less than 4 wins. No such luck. Last draft, we had kind of a really dumb deck that was 4 colors. It was just blueless. And it was because I could never commit to anything, and so I just decided that everything was going in the deck. And then one of the rounds we just lost to was so our deck was 4 colors, including black, but we had like in total 2 removal spells maybe, and the whole deck maybe 3. I don't remember. But somebody dropped a Gisa, and all of our creatures had 3 power, and I just couldn't attack ever. And then they had the like monstrous transforming thing. This card's a house. This card's also a house, but red is more open usually than black these days. I mean, this card's probably better, but if they can't remove it, I don't know, this card's a house. Yeah. And so we just lost to them playing out all their spells and then dying to a big 5/6 card. So what are guys good? Back one, pick one. I mean, hopefully it means that we can go into the spells. I mean, red, not super open. Maybe if we end up in some weird form of aggro. I mean, nothing else is good in this pack. I even think this is that good in... So I guess we're taking this, because this could be really good in some decks. And the aggro, like the black-red aggro, it's good. And eventually this is probably good enough to make the cut. You just put a few more removal... If you can get a few more removal spells, maybe some pump spells you play. This is a house too, right? Like, I found this card to just be very, very strong. It's just hard to race this card. If you needed to block, it blocks. If you needed to attack, it attacks. Basically never loses combat. Threat of activation means you don't have to activate it most of the time. You just get through your damage. It's a very, very strong card. And if it ever flips the other side, I mean, you can end the game. But I haven't actually seen that it's super necessary to flip, which is one of the reasons that this card is better than a lot of the other werewolves. Because some of them are just bad unless you flip them. I mean, this pushes me to want to be red-white. But I want to play red. So I don't think I can give up on this. But I want this card. I mean, I think it's a cool card. But this is just the better pick. With what we have, it's removal. It goes face late if you need it to. It's good. Would I prefer... Does this mean that... This might mean that green is open? I want a mediocre 2-drop or an okay 4-drop if I end up in green. I think this is enough better that I'm willing to take it. Oh no, red's just absurdly open. Okay. Okay, that was a mistake, but it's fine. Yeah, red is absurdly open. Hopefully that means the red-white card wheels, and we can cut this and go into red-white, though it isn't the vampire colors. But I want to make red-white work. I've never had it work, because it's probably pretty... I mean, it's pretty weak. If we can end up with a strong red-black deck, though, I mean, it can be a house. This card's good. Red feels open. Pretty good curve topper. Trample matters a lot. Usually it gets through the last few bits of damage. Hungry for More or Bat Whisperer. The 1/1 flyer can matter. This is a vampire. Like, it doesn't really function with the vampire synergies. I'll play it because it can get through damage late and just... I mean, red feels open. I don't think I'm ending up out with the start I had. So maybe that gets cut. This is a Morbid Opportunist all the way. Means you get to just keep going. Works well with this. I think we're cutting this. This is just a house. You just keep drawing cards. You just trade and draw, trade and draw, trade and draw. This just helps you get to the trade. Destroy target attacking creature gets +2/+2. Maybe this is worth putting in the deck. I don't think I've... that's a good card. It's a good card. Having 2 of these matters. So now we're looking for some of the premier, like the 2-drop that is a 2/1 that pings is probably very good in our deck. I also would like more cheap removal. Like, Immolation's quite good. Cathartic Pyre is quite good. As much as I want that, it feels like white is actually not that open this draft. Cathartic Pyre is too good to not play. Moonrager Slash, get in the deck. I think that's too slow. This card just doesn't seem that good. This going this late. Okay, this is tough. So it's between this or this. This going this late feels like pick 5 for premium removal. But we really do want to play black. So maybe we just take the spell that's going to be in our deck. I mean, red is open. That's for sure. Pick 6. Moonrager Slash. I mean, doesn't kill everything. Kills a lot of things. It can go face. Would like better 2-drops. More 2-drops. I have to take this though. The 2-drop is important, but not as important as just good removal, I don't think. This probably... I mean, this is probably good, but I think the Ardent Elementalist is just better. And now we wield a Falcon Wrath Perforator, keep our curve down. It is actually good in this deck. On defense, it's insane. 3/1 first strike means you just win most combats. I'd say it's insane. It's not insane, but it's pretty good. This just feels like we're going super balls to the walls aggressive. And I'm down for it. I mean, this can just run over decks. If anyone has a slow start, this kind of just snowballs. I think we take the good 2-drop over the good 5-drop. Burn the Accursed or Ardent Elementalist. Burn the Accursed is expensive, but this deck has a problem killing. That might have been a mistake. Maybe this makes the deck. Feels like it doesn't. With 2 of these, it feels like it doesn't. Black didn't feel that open, but red is absurdly open, so... Start to last pick is a little weird, but... I mean, I don't think these are that good in my deck. Because it's just, like, very good. Sets up the 2-drop into 3-drop. Do I want a 5? And I don't think I want another one of these, so I might as well give myself the option of playing this. But it does put a ton of power on the board pretty quick. This is better in the deck than this, because I don't have any way to use the tokens. It seems like a strong black-red draft, though. I would like some of the more, like, the flyer, the 3/4 flyer that discards, or the 3-mana drain. Seems pretty good. Maybe this was a mistake to pick this over the second Ardent Elementalist, but Maybe my curve is getting a little too high for it. Does work really well with the Smoldering Egg, though. That is sure. This works very well with the Smoldering Egg. This makes a flyer. I think this wheels. 4 mana is better than 5 mana? Do I want to mount a Dread Knight or do we want? Keep the curve a little lower. That was a mistake. What is this draft? Bat Whisper or another just 5 mana? Put a bunch of power on the board card. Probably just the 5 mana put a ton of power on the board. Cheap removal is very good. We cut. I think it's going to end up getting cut. Sideboard card. It's just a house. Like, I guess taking the Bat Whisper makes me feel a little better about that pick. I have pretty good 2-drops. Good 1-drop. It's not making the deck. I mean, this just puts 7 power on the board. 5 mana, 7 power, especially when it's not super absurdly necessary that we kind of hope we will the Hungry for more. I don't know how good the card is. But, I mean, adding another creature to the board, a lot of the times you only need 1 turn. Trample's relevant. Lifelink, I guess, could be relevant. Deck feels good. Finish Forgers is a good pickup. Maybe Stuffed Bear makes the deck. Oh, Stuffed Bear is not making the deck. Raise the Effigy. Somebody took my red-black card. Probably just took it because, I mean, if they had nothing in their colors, they might as well. So 45 cards. We cut. Do we want to cut a land with this many 4-drops and this many 5-drops? I mean, our curve stops at 5. We will try cutting a land and see how it goes. 4 or 5-drops. Maybe we shouldn't cut a land, but I want to, so I'm going to. What gets cut here? I have to cut 1 more card out of these cards. I think it's got to be one of these two. This seems strong. I think these are all worth the play. Ardent Elementalist might be better than Famished Forgers. I might end up changing that back. Just Diagraph Ward? Is cutting the other 5-drop good? Sure. We'll try it like that. I want to cut this to add that back, but going 16 lands makes me think that that's probably the better play. It's 1 power difference, but it does give trample, so. We are definitely an aggro deck. What a fitting title this is. There's a chance I should be playing Diagraph Ward instead of the Mounted Dread Knight. Because if I get the trigger, it's 6 power. It's a 6/5. on one body. But I probably should go back and cut for next round. This is not a very aggressive hand, but I think we'll get there eventually. It would be really nice. I don't actually remember if we're on the play or the draw. They're Mythic. They're Mythic number 597. That's what that means, I guess. Oh, we are on the play. That is much better than being on the draw for us. No larders on me or anything like that. There's a chance that maybe this is not a good enough card, but I mean, it just closes the game, right? I don't really want them to... I think I'm fine eating the damage because I can just kill it next turn. Draw a card off of it. Yeah, fine with me. Draw a card. Attack. Pass turn. And now I just start killing something every turn. Play this, and then I play this, and then I play this, and I just start smacking face. They passed. What does that mean? If I have Nipplegast, I can kill it in response, so... I will not pass up on the damage. I just play this. If they have a counterspell, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Whenever a creature dies. Gotten to drop this on the board, though. That would have been a nice turn. We kill the Morbid Opportunist. The Storm. Maybe I draw a land. That could be relevant. If I kill this at the end of their turn just to flip this and... Oh, that's so good. That's so good for me, right? Get both a Morbid Opportunist trigger. Actually, I guess I don't get the... Maybe I should have played it on that then. They have removal for this. Maybe I should have made the other play, but just getting more on the board seems good. They dead next turn? Attack with these two. That's 10 damage. They can block 1 of 10 damage. I mean, they have this to play in hand, but they have it. It just becomes a 2-mana 0/4 when it comes back down. Is that good enough? Probably decline here. I want to draw gas. It would have been better than drawing that. Getting the extra damage matters. They have a shitload of. Draws me into this. Do you stabilize? I mean, I attack with both. Okay. Did not stabilize. Wasn't the most aggressive draw I could have had. I really need to remember to talk more when I'm thinking. But it wasn't the most aggressive draw that I could have had, but it still ended up working. I think it was just better to put the defender on the bottom, the 0-4 defender on the bottom. Because, like, say if I drew Burn the Accursed, it would have been good, because then I could have flipped it. But I don't really know. Like, I didn't have too many more spells in my hand at that, like, spells that I could have played at that point in the game. I also just completely forgot to put Diagraph Forward back in the deck. Joey Silva. Platinum versus Diamonds, but that literally means nothing because they've been destroyed by everyone. Doesn't mean he cannot draft a good deck. I will just run this out. I have nothing to play on 3, so... I could 2-for-1 myself to kill this, but that at this point that doesn't seem worth it. They can bonk me for 1, but kind of whatever. It's really good late game, but if this deck pops off the way I want it to, they shouldn't make it to late game. Cast this and this. Green-white doesn't usually have too much removal. They could have clear shot, which wouldn't hit this. They have the search party captain, which I will kill. I will kill it with this. But I'm still playing this the next turn. Putting 3 1/1 counters on that? And I have no way of killing it, so... Sure, why not? I do wonder why they did that. Maybe they just had no other way to spend their mana, so they decided that's what they were going to do. Does seem unnecessary, though. It seems like you would want that to win combat, but maybe that's just a greedy way of looking at it. Because I'm not blocking here. No blocks. No blocks. If they have Flare of Faith, I just don't want this to die to Flare of Faith. I feel like that's bad for them. Because now I can Olivia's Midnight Ambush the Dawnheart Mentor if they don't play anything more scary. And just get it back the turn after. I mean, I think I'm willing just to take the 4 damage again. I mean, I'm getting it back, so maybe I'm not. I don't know what they could do to stop the negative 1313. Because even Flare of Faith doesn't stop it. That doesn't stop it. I'm sorry. It's still gonna die. Indestructible doesn't get around negative. Yeah. I'm sorry about that, Chief. That's rough. Okay. What is the play? Do I just think? Think. Don't block. Why don't they block? That seemed weird. Why don't they block? Why don't they just kill this? I mean, it's them somewhere. I can activate this 3 times, which means I can kill both of these. I don't think that's worth it. Should keep this for a problematic card, right? So next turn I drop this back down, attack with both. Attack with everything. Just drop this and attack with everything. Another. The Rise of the Ant again. Huh. That feels like that changes something. It does. So they probably only block with 2. No, they block with all of them. That's interesting. They could just choose to kill 2 of them then. Maybe I should have attacked with both, because I get the blow one way or the other, but... There's also, maybe I should have gotten this back, but now I can just pass turn. They have to start drawing really well. It's a confusing attack. That doesn't get you out of me just bopping this 3 times. You're gaining first strike. I mean, they're double blocking the Fangblade Brigand. I don't think there's any way they don't double block the Fangblade Brigand. What? What? I mean... What do you have in hand? That's 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. Here we go. This is the smart play. This means that their last card in hand must be Ritual of Hope. That's what I think. So I'm willing to take the 8 and just kill them on the crackback. Or... I don't know how I could die here. That doesn't mean I can't die here. Yep, pass to attackers. They don't have lethal then. Do they even think they have lethal? I have 2 removal spells in hand. Do they have 2 creatures in hand? If they do, I might die. No, because that just means I could play this, gain back some life. About nothing you can do to save that. At least this way I gain life. In case I'm somehow wrong. Oh, they can't have any sort of counter spell. I would only take 3 on the crackback. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what was happening. I don't know. I don't know that there's there's not like a revitalize or something in the format, so I didn't know what they could possibly have to kill, like to gain life at instant speed. I put them on Ritual of Hope after the way they blocked. I mean, I think they were dead. Like I think they had a 0, like a 1-2%, depending on what they had in their deck. Anyway, just with all the removal I had, but maybe it was a mistake to attack with the Ardent Elementalist in the previous situation. If you attack with only one, like I leave a blocker back there, and but like I had a removal spell in hand, so I didn't know what could blow me out. I would have been exactly dead to the Ritual of Hope, though. Pretty good hand. Oop. That'll be interesting if they decide to attack into it. Just 3 mana kill this? It is my only kill spell in hand, so maybe I save it for a more potent threat. Because later when this flips, I could just deal 2 damage to this. I'm fine if you want to trade that off. I will take this 3 damage. Let's go Gristlebrand. Okay, so now they could just attach this next turn. So if they attack me, if they go to attach it, I will just kill whatever they play it on. Let's get 7. Get 2 for 1 if I do that. But I think I do just want to kill this. This is so greedy. This is so absurdly greedy. I can leave this up at instant speed. Actually, this is a better way to flip it. Now it flips. Next to combat, I'll attack. If they don't have removal in hand, it can't be defenestrate. Then this just takes over the game. They do have removal in hand. It gets a little more interesting. Why would you not attach this? What do you have in hand? They do have an Eaten Alive. You're shitting me. That's frustrating. I want them gaining life. It's probably just better to play this and start hitting them for 4. Maybe. Yeah, this was probably a mistake. They just spent three mana. Yeah, resolves. Resolves. What do you want to attach it to? Huh. So get rid of their last creature for this. I think I have to keep it in hand. I mean, it would have felt good to just... They're dead, right? They have a Vanquish the Horde? Did they just top deck it? There's no way they just top decked it. Oh, I shouldn't have played my... I played around a removal spell, but I didn't play around a fucking Vanquish the Horde. God, you're shitting. I can't have them getting life. God, I need to top deck anything but a land. What is that? Maybe I should have just not played my creature out. That would have probably been smarter. I would have won the game. But I wanted to play around a removal spell. I'm playing 16 lands. Oh my god, I'm playing 16 lands. I'm playing 16 lands, and now I just lose this Mask of Gristlebrand. Oh, this hurts. This hurts. I wasn't going to play around a Mythic. Oh. I can't beat the Mask of Gristlebrand. God. What is that? They just top deck a Vanquish the Horde. Yep. Yep. Or maybe they were sandbagging it the whole time. So maybe it was greedy. Maybe I played into it, but there's literally one. I guess there's 2, and 2 in the colors they had, but they're Mythic. Remove board wipes. You just don't see them enough. Maybe there were some signs that they were playing with the board wipe in hand, but it felt like they were just making every play they could. No. This is such a bad hand. They get only mountains in the first hand and only swamps in the second hand. And only 2 of them. If one of these was a mountain, this would be such a good hand. Or such a keepable hand. Just put this back, put everything else on. That last game is going to tilt me for the rest of the night. Becca land. Becca Silver Bolt. This is kind of removal. Helps me push through damage. Next turn, I don't know. I don't think blue has a lot of black. Okay, I mean, maybe I don't put Becca land there. Bum, ba-da-ba-dum, bum. It's winnable. I would like to draw 2 land. I don't even know if 2 land is ideal. I'll really just drop that down again. Cast nothing. Which means they probably have Defenestrate. They should not have let that hit the stack. Maybe they've... I don't know what they have. They took a turn off instead of just playing this. I mean, this becomes very difficult if they have a Diagraph Horde in hand. Don't know how we beat a Diagraph Horde. Okay. It is what I said. My turn now? Oh, they think about attacking with the zombie? Maybe they do. Do I 2-for-1 myself here? Kill. I mean, I obviously do. I have no way to kill this if they don't. That's unfortunate. Maybe I keep this back. Because now I eat a bunch of damage. A land would be good. Oh no. I let them attack with this, and then I block and play this. But I'm still taking 6. And I'm like 90% sure they have a flip the switch in hand. I think I just lose this game. Black, black. Just black. Draw from the cellar? Eat. There's a way I steal this game. I still don't think that steals the game. I will concede if they have counterspell. Because I don't think there's any way I come back from this. I mean, I think I'm conceding anyway. They're just casting this and they're going to smack me. Land here was not bad. If they have counterspell now, I definitely concede. Yep. Nothing I can do about that. Maybe keep the first hand, but the first hand 2 lands. No blue, black source? No red source? I don't remember. I think a red source. With 2 black cards in hand that were uncastable. Just got beat. Turn 5, Diagraph Horde is also just one of the hardest things to beat in the deck. To get a little better draws. This is better. But by how much? I have a source of both, and if I just flat out and draw straight lands. And 1 is good. I think I want to play this, because it gives me, this will die. Still worth the play. We just have removal on it, that's fine. Do you have an instant that's black, or sorry, that's castable to white-red? They could have the flash 3-1, and I don't want the Morbid Opportunist to die. It's a ballsy attack if they just attack into the 4-5. Just for 2 reasons. Because they get smacked back for a lot. Do they have removal? Do you have removal? The worst kind of removal. Doesn't let me draw off my Morbid Opportunist. How rude. That's unfortunate. I would have liked to be able to cast 2 spells. Oh wait, it's nighttime. But they're tapped out. They do just kill this. It's all they have on board. Draw a card. Play a swamp. And play this. That was the best possible draw. Right, maybe the thing doesn't dislike me. Maybe the thing does not dislike me. The draw system. I don't remember what it's called. Shuffler? Shuffler. Because that was probably one of the best draws we could have had. They got back Burn the Accursed. They're getting... The Dread Knight's coming down next turn. They have. I'm fine with this trade. I want to get through the. They chose to not trade. That was a mistake. That was just surely a mistake. Why did they want to keep this? This can't even kill this anymore. Oh, they're done. Okay, so that's nice. 3 wins. Oh no. My mouse battery's gonna die. I would like a 4th win, please. As an example of when we did hit our lands. It also just had the perfect draw off of Morbid Opportunist. That was absurdly lucky. Something like that shouldn't happen, but I mean, I'll take it. You won't catch me complaining about getting a draw in my favor. God, this is lovely. I'm looking at the, my girlfriend did wood burning for me, and it's just so pretty. Maybe I'll post it somewhere. 123, Mythic number 123. I feel like I'm about to get bopped. Keeping another 2-laner because I draw lands. I don't draw lands. I will make a trade with you. And now I think it's pretty bad. There's a natural Moonrise. I mean, it draws a card, deals 3 damage to me. Bird Admirer. Choose to not. Okay, do I just kill this? I just kill this. I don't want them to eventually buff their werewolves. Huh. I can just cast this at face. They must have removal. Dude. Fortunate. That does switch back next turn. Arctic Pyre discard draw 2? Huh. Interesting. That's unfortunate. Probably kill this. And I know they have this in hand, so do I just show them something that they can't kill? This also means that if I draw land next turn, I get to loot, I guess. That's not really valuable. Do you have enough? Interesting. This is the best time to do this. I mean, this will trade off. It also flips. They'll have to 2-for-1 themselves for this. I mean, I think I'm okay with that. Wow. I mean, they're still 2-for-1 themselves, kind of, but it was probably a mistake. Now they just target this. Gas is what they drew. Interesting. That's good. Did they draw land or more gas? Presumably land. It's a little upsetting. I mean, I'm just eating shit next turn. I'm at a high enough life total that I feel like I can just... If they drop Tovolar, this is just very bad. This is just worst case scenario. Actually, no, I can kill Tovolar with a Silver Bolt. It's not that absurdly bad. I probably should have kept Silver Bolt in hand to flip back the werewolves on hindsight. I just eat damage. No blocks. I can afford... I'm at 26. I can afford to eat a bunch of damage. It's a little upsetting. I don't think I can Silver Bolt that. Unfortunately. I think I just continue to eat the 5. I just hope I draw a spell. That's one of the best spells I could have drawn. I think I have to shoot face. Everything flips. They have to not cast anything and just let me flip this back. I think I'm mostly fine with that. They have enough to activate it. God, can you not draw gas? Okay. So this turn is the turn I need to attack. These 1/4s are just such a pain in the ass. Because they're flipping back to 3. I swear to God, if they just drew removal, I would be a little pissed. They didn't draw removal, but they did draw something bad. They did just draw more gas. That's a good spell. He thinks I should just... Can I get a blowout with this? So if I attack with the 4/5, I mean, they just block with this. No, they just block with their whole board, right? 1 pump. I don't see why they wouldn't just block with their whole board. That's more gas. Do I have a second spell in hand? If I draw removal for this, I'm just dying. Huh. Maybe I can can get there now. How many pumps is this? They just block with their entire board, though. Just block with everything, right? I'm getting a little impatient here. I would block with literally everything. Oh, I should have attacked. Should have attacked with this as well. So they have to leave 3 blockers back, or they're dead, or remove something. Okay. It's basically a question of, is it lethal? I mean, I'm blocking with this because this is not. So they cannot attack with that, or they have to play another creature. Because right now I can tap down 2 things, or I can make 2 things not be able to block. So we went to combat. Will you attack? Okay, so they see the math. This is 4 mana, that's 8. What's the... I mean... Let's see if she works, right? Probably dead on the crackback. But I just go for the win here, right? Make the 4/4 unable to block. This unable to block. The removal will come and kill me. Let's go. Oh my god. What a game. What a game. That was won by the smallest of margins. Jeez. That was probably one of the closest games I've ever played. Because I'm pretty sure I was dead on the crackback. If they had any sort of removal, I was just dead. Or they had the Bounding Wolf Flash creature. They would have just played that on instep, I think, previously. I don't know. Weirdly, I think this is actually a really good hand. Because we can flip egg. And if they kill egg, we still have removal. And I know I'd like to draft basically removal late decks, so maybe they did too. So they mold. And blue-white is a bad removal color. So blue-black is blue-black. And probably the single best to drop in the deck. But I do have removal for it. They have flipped the switch. I think they flipped the switch or Nubblegast, if I had to guess. I think I play this. So I would rather keep all of this in hand. Yeah, they do have flip the switch. This isn't that bad for me. They can swing out with both if they want. Now when I assume they don't have flip the switch, I will choose to do this. Do they have another flip the switch? Oh, they Fading Hope their own creature. Interesting. It's a 1-for-1. But they're not bouncing Smoldering Egg. Little do they know, my hand is mana removal that deck, so they would make this trade all day, right? Yeah. I think they make the trade all day. That's just what this man is. It's a trade machine. They have a grafted identity. That's unfortunate. I have like nothing that beats this, and now they just get to smash me with the dragon. Maybe they block it. I don't think they block it, but maybe they block it. You had a good run. I will have to 2-for-1 myself for this. Oh, that's like the worst card they could have grafted, I think. So I could flip it next turn. It gets +1/+1 too, which is just so obnoxious. Now they have a 5/5 dragon. So I'm just gonna eat poo. We draw land. But if they draw a spell, they just get to kill something of mine. Like a 3-for-1. Spell here is really bad. My turn. Land. Kill you. If they have flipped the switch, this is just disgusting. Maybe I do want it on top. Still allow me to just do the final damage. Maybe a 2-minute to 2 just not good enough. I should have put it on bottom. They attack here, which is probably better for me. But like, I don't think there's any chance I was ever winning this game. Graphic identity on my smoldering egg turns into a dragon. Oh, this game's over. Such a juicy target, though. They had such a juicy target in smoldering egg. I mean, I don't fault them. That was real nice. It'd make me feel really evil and good to do that. We'll look at the packs and then we'll move on. There's gotta be a Rise of Harmony combo deck, right? There's gotta be a way to make that work. Just like go infinite and then when the passes Oracle. Hey, 20 gems. Okay, well, I hate to lose on that note, but it is what it is. Have a nice night.